All right. I believe I am live. Hello, everyone. And make sure I get everything together. Because I know. Okay, there we go. I believe we're live. I believe we're live. I believe we are live. Yes. Yes. I believe I am. There we go. All right. That way I can see the chat. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know if you can see me and hear me okay. All right, I see y'all in the chat. Welcome, 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 welcome. I love it. Yeah. Come on in. Can you see me and hear me? Give me some hearts if you can see me in the little bubble. If you can hear me okay. Hello, hello, welcome, 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 welcome. So happy to see y'all. Want to make sure. Sound on video. Thank you, Savon. Yes, I love it. I love it. Y'all are so sweet. I just love y'all. I just love y'all. Okay, y'all. This is going to be good. Okay, so a couple of things before we get started. Number one, I did not, before anybody asked in the chat, because y'all gonna be like, well, where is this at? I did not include a workbook as I promised, but you will get something from me at the end of the 3 days. Okay, so I want to make sure I want to stay on my promise, but you will get something at no charge to make up for that little hiccup. Okay. But we are going to have fun today. I want to make sure I don't have a glare. Let me see if I can turn this around because I know these lights are crazy. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So where is everybody tuning in from? Because this is public now. Everybody's seeing this. Where is everybody from? Put your city and state, country. Where are you tuning in from? Y'all look, y'all see my little AI. I told y'all I love innovation. I love future stuff. I love space, all of that. I'm trying to get us to a place where we are future minded. Okay. But tell me where y'all are from. Everybody tell me where you're from. Where are you tuning in from? Well, I'm looking at the chat. Okay, so we got New York. Oh my God. Cleveland, Ohio. Raleigh, North Carolina. Yes, Catrice. Houston, Texas. I miss Houston. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Canada. Yes, yes. My daughter was born in Houston, y'all. My heart is in Houston. Don't get me started because I'll start crying. Zaria, come on, Memphis. Yes, that's born and raised. That's where I was born and raised. Memphis, Tennessee. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. I love it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Washington, D.C. Come on, Sasha. Come on, District of Columbia. I, I love it. I love it. Oh, y'all make me so happy. Okay, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and jump right on in. I'm so happy that y'all came, that you could have been anywhere right now, but instead you are here. And if you have ever been to any of my challenges, master classes, workshops, lives, dare I say it, you're going to get some value. Like you're going to get something from this. I am not one of those people that's just going to just sell and leave you hanging with like, dang, she didn't tell us nothing. This is a free event. Okay. So disclaimer, I will let you know up front, there will be an offer presented and I will give you an opportunity if you need to drop off because it's like, girl, I ain't trying to hear nothing. I just came here to get some value so I can get my life together. You're totally welcome, but I will let you know when it comes. Also, too, I will mention different things that I do for my clients. So I just want to make sure that you are well aware. I don't want you to feel like, well, she just sold on here. No, it's it's a free event and take notes. You do need to sell. Amen, somebody. You need to sell. Okay. This is a business. We are not running. Hey, Atlanta. Hey, Indiana. Hey, Keisha. I love it. I love it. So I want y'all to sell. Okay. You have a business. This is not a, I feel I just want to give back. Yeah, it's giving back, but it is a business. So if you are a business owner, right, I need you to put a heart in the comments. If you are a business owner, which means you have your business structured properly, you got cash flow coming in, like you have a business. Okay. Even if you like, coach, I'm still trying to struggle to get some clients, but that's why you here. We're getting it together today. We're getting it together today. I love it. I love it. Okay. Y'all ready? Heart in the comments if you're a business owner. I need to see it. Y'all can't be looped to Daisy. I love it. Okay. Let's just get on in there. Let's get on in here. Yes. Okay. So this workshop is for you. Okay. This workshop is for you. If you are a woman, small business owner, if you're struggling with sales, struggling with content, okay, I get it. Been there, done that. I know what it feels like to struggle a bit in those areas. And most of us, y'all, like when we're starting a business, like we don't think about all of the logistics, right? We don't think about the logistics of the business. We don't think about the sales process. We don't think about the marketing process. We don't think about all these different things because all we're focused on is like, I just need to make my own money. I want to create my own way. But we forget that there's so many things that come along with the world of business, and you need to be understanding of it. Okay. And if you've never invested in yourself, and the reason why people invest in themselves anyway is because they don't want to take the long road. It's okay to accelerate. You're not getting any younger. You need to learn it so you can grow and you can go. Grow and go. Okay. Grow and go. That's what we're trying to do because this, y'all, is 2024. 4 years post-pandemic. Don't get me started, okay? So if you're struggling, this is for you. If you are experiencing some issues around structuring your business model, like you're seeing the buyer behavior kind of shift and change. I get it, been there, done that. I'm telling you, right now, consumer behavior has shifted. So if your business model needs some help, this is a time to really tune in and tap in because you're going to need this today. And you want to achieve freedom and additional cash flow with our daily payday system. Stay tuned. Okay. I know that there's a little lag with our with this YouTube. So I'm seeing look, I'm seeing hearts come in way after the fact, but that's okay. We're gonna deal with it. But I want to just say, like, your ability to run your business the way that you desire that will allow you more freedom, more opportunity to love on your family, to travel, to love on yourself more, to heal. I'm telling you, it took me, y'all, 2.5 years to really get comfortable with my current business model. Some of y'all have seen me from the beginning. Some of y'all have seen me when I first kind of got started. I got people that have been following me and been on my email list since 2018. And 2018 was when I started kind of playing around with digital products. And I didn't even know what I was doing. I just knew I had people that loved me, that loved my lives. And I used to create these digital products and I used to sell them. And y'all, I thought I was really doing something. And I was, because people were buying from me. Even though I didn't make that much money, people were buying from me, right? Also, too, this workshop is for you if you're trying, like you're tired of doing it by yourself and you need strategies. You need somebody to push you along the way. As a coach, that's what I do. Okay. I push. I push. So your presenter for today is me, right? So I'm Jay. I am a mommy. Okay. I'm Jay first. Always, I'm the woman first. But I'm also a mother. That's my second job. And I only have one little, and she's 16. And we going through our 16 little selves. She's feeling herself, as far as the attitude. Y'all know what. Y'all, ain't nobody give me no handbook on how to raise my 16-year-old. I tell people all the time, like, when you have an only child, every single milestone is a one and done. Like everything is approaching the first time and pretty much the last time because I ain't having no more babies. I'm done. Right. So I'll be an empty nester in a couple of years. Y'all pray my strength. Okay. But what I do, my skills, when I'm not being mother, when I'm not being, I specialize in business and mindset coaching for women experts and leaders. Okay. So I'm focused on helping 100 women this year to digitize their intellectual property. I want you to be able to travel. I want you to be able to go anywhere in the world that you want to go. Okay. So these are some of my business highlights. As you can see, we were on a Dumbo ride. Maddie wanted to get on and went to Disney World. I don't know why, but then she was like, I'm so tired. You know, y'all, 16-year-old. Okay. 16. Nobody told me. Some of my business highlights, though, right here is 2019. I generated, y'all, only 800 $820 in digital products. That's literally all I made. That's it. That's it. Most people would have quit right there. Most people would have said, girl, I'm not doing this no more. Like $820, what is that? But I literally thought that was like, oh my gosh, this is something, which meant that I saw potential in business. Making $820, people bought from me. That meant something to me. And it led me to explore this even further. And contrary to popular belief in so many ways, COVID was a bittersweet event that happened to us. And I'm not going to go into what my feelings are about COVID. I do know that a lot of people lost their lives. A lot of people went through a lot of fear and all these other things. But for me, it was like freedom came to knocking my doorstep. This was my chance to escape the corporate system. I was working for a contract at a local bank, and I was on the HR team. I couldn't stand that job. I think out of all the jobs I've had, that was probably the second to worst job I've ever had. It wasn't the worst, it was second to worst because I saw a lot of stuff that I did not want to see. I saw a lot of underlying racism. I saw a lot of discrimination. I saw a lot of gossip. I saw a lot of mess. And I just didn't want to be a part of it. Like, I was really one of those people, like, I just really just want to stay in my little cubicle and work. But we already know that's not how corporate works. Corporate, you have to be all in the end so people can know what you're doing. Don't get me started, but that's what it was. COVID gave me the out. When they told me that they were downsizing positions, that same day I was quitting because I was like, I already had my letter typed up. I was like, I'm done. I had already saved up maybe about $5,000 in cash to help me and support me through this transition because I knew that I was going to be unemployable. So, but what happened though? After bumping my head a few times, dwindling down in sales because I started investing in stuff that just I wasn't supposed to be investing in. Like, I was investing in this brand and investing in this beautiful website and photo shoots and all this other stuff. And usually people invest in things backwards because guess what? When you get this beautiful website and beautiful aesthetic, you still have to sell. Like, people still have to buy from you. And I had no understanding of how to upsell. I didn't have any understanding on how to create a really viable offer. I was literally just with a pretty headshot, pretty photo shoot, beautiful website, and nobody buying. But I had people scheduling like little hourly sessions, but it got me to a point of burnout. And I was like, I don't have an offer. I don't have a real offer. And when it came down to that, I started to get really, really anxious. And I saw my savings come down even more. I mean, like, money was just running out. And then my family looking at me all crazy because they like, okay, is Jay like going to get another job, or, you know, what's going on with that? And I was like, I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do this. And next thing I knew, opportunity knocked on my door to be able to invest in myself. When I invested in myself, I invested in a high ticket coach. I was like, you know what? It's time for me to like stop playing. I ended up with nausea, okay, with wanting to spit up, with wanting to say, oh my gosh, my last little couple of $100 that I had, and I saw her pricing, I was like, I told God, I was like, God, I got to do this. I got to do this. I mean, I can't go back to corporate. Like, that's not happening. And when I say I'm not going to do something, I'm not going to do it. Like, I'm not going back and sitting in somebody else's cubicle and work for the rest of my life for somebody else. I need to do this for myself. Next thing I knew, I had manifested 2 clients that were able to pay for the first payment of her program. And y'all, when I sent that money to her, my coach at that time, I was like, you got to be kidding me. I was like, Jay, what did you just do? And usually those feelings come up anytime you invest that big in yourself. The first thing you're thinking, like, what did I just do? Because why? There's so much of and I'm just going to be honest, this is how a lot of us are. We have such a need and a scarcity and a belief around money that when we pay somebody on a level that it feel like it hurts, like you're never going to get it back. The only way you're not going to get it back is if you don't set a standard for yourself that you are going to get a return on your investment, because that is who you are. It has to work. And your work ethic and your attention to detail has to be a part of the equation in order to get a return. So you can't give money and then just sit. You have to give the money and say, I'm all in. Tell me what I need to do. Once I got over my fear of who's going to pay me, of who's going to pay me $5,000, guess what happened? I went ham and high water, okay? I generated $100,000 in sales in 5 months. I didn't even know I hit $100,000 until I just looked up one day and I was doing my spreadsheet and I was like, oh my goodness, I just went over $100,000 and did not even understand because my head was down. Do you hear me? Down. Y'all here? Did y'all go to sleep? Y'all here? Y'all with me? After that moment of, oh my goodness, guess what happened? Imposter syndrome started to come through. I started to feel a little bit inadequate. I started to feel a little bit nervous. I was like, okay, can I do this? Can I really, really like, and that's crazy because once you hit 100,000, you think, oh shoot, I can, but imposter syndrome does kick in because people will start thinking like, okay, who does she think she is? And then my family, friends at that time started to question like, oh, so, you can't do this. Why are you working all the time? And, you need to spend time with family. You need to spend time with this. And, it ain't all about that. So people start to make you feel bad about running a business, right? And I had to go through a lot of shifting within myself and leveraging the support that I had with the coach. And I had a mindset coach that I was working with as well that helped me overcome some of these limitations. After that, once I got to the nitty gritty, I just went all in with $215,000 in 10 and a half, 11 months. I was done. So I wanted to prove to myself that I could do this. And once I did, y'all, things just skyrocketed. I was able to pay in full to go to Egypt and Arizona and travel. And then also really, really be present in my business. Being present in your business and being able to help women, it was just astronomically amazing. So you can do it. If this is your first time joining me or seeing me live, this is my signature program. This is my absolute best way to work with me. We are now at 6 months for this program. It used to be 4, now it's 6. There's a reason why I extended the program and why I extended it to have additional 6 months of support after that, which is optional. 6 months of core. Why is this? Because it takes about a good year to see a total transformation. What I do is transformational coaching. I want to make sure that's very crystal clear. I am not one of those coaches where you just get a quick 10K and you go on. I want to see you at least 6 figures before you leave me. If you can't last that long, I understand. But the majority of my clients that have reached at least 6 figures have been with me at least a year. And that's because I do research. Every single client that comes into my space and they do what they're supposed to do and they listen and they focus, they see an extra $100,000 come into their business. This is the Matriarch CEO Coaching Program. It's the best coaching program, I think, on the face of the earth, to be honest, because I believe in turning women into CEOs. It's good to have a sense of knowing what you do. You should have a skill, but the matriarch is where you turn into another person, period. Okay. So as we know, let's move on. As we know, day one, today we're going to talk about the value of your offer. Okay. Why am I talking about that today? I'm talking about that today because some of y'all really don't understand the magnitude of your offer. Your offer is your highest or best way to work with you at that particular point. It's the place where people can feel supported and get an outcome or result, depending on what you're offering. Okay. Everybody, no matter what type of business owner you are, you're offering a result. It could be intangible or tangible or both. But usually some people don't think that their offers are intangible when it actually kind of is, because people should feel something or receive something as a result of the outcome. So the UVP, right? The UVP stands for unique value proposition. Okay, the unique value proposition. Some of you have already heard this before, but I want to just drill it back in because there's nothing wrong with helping y'all to remember things. The UVP states why your service, your program, your course is better than the competition. Why should people take your course? Why should people be a part of what you're doing? It's what makes your business the best choice for your target audience. Okay. I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't want you to get loopsy-daisy with this UVP. I see so many women, they get into coaching, they get into training, they get into and they have the most generalized offer. Their content is generalized. And I'm not talking about nobody, but y'all, you got to expound the way that you portray yourself online. Like, I'm scared to even say this, but I'm going to say it anyway because I'm trying to help y'all. Okay. I know that there's a lot of spiritual, faith-based women that follow me. And I think that that's absolutely beautiful that you have a relationship with God. And you want everybody to know that you have a relationship with God. But you're in business. Okay. Your relationship with God is going to come through by the way you treat people. Your relationship with God is going to come through by the way that you have integrity in your business. We don't have to know through your content about scriptures and stuff like that. Now, I don't want you to get defensive and say, well, I'm not ashamed. Ain't nobody telling you to be ashamed. What is it called? Your light is going to shine through anyway. But your content has to be rich because the people have to come. If your clients, and I'm just going to be honest with you, if you look at the grand scope of your clients, and all they can tell you is that you inspire them, or all they can tell you is that you encourage them, and I just feel better, that's not an outcome. Even if they paid you. I just feel like you would just and you would just encourage me. But where is the result? Did they get a result? I don't want you to always feel encouraged. I want you to get something. I want you to better your life. Well, what if, I didn't, I know I'm not there. I understand that. But I want you to understand this is an offer that gets a result. So you need to start talking about the outcome. People buy outcomes. They buy outcomes. They buy results. Be careful about how you portray yourself online. And I love you, but you're in business. Be careful of how you portray that all the time. People need to know results. I have met some women that, I just love Jesus, and I want you to love Jesus. But what is the business? What's the outcome I'm not going to get? I would tell people like, baby, I don't care who you worship. I just want you to come here and get results. You have to be touched by the light within. I want to know your light. And then also sometimes too, y'all be cutting off y'all bags. I know you want to serve just Christian folk, and Bible believing folks, you cut yourself off because you don't know who can come into your space and be influenced by your light. That's why you have to be so very careful. I just want to help these people. I just want to help these people. Y'all stop doing that. It's some people that really want to learn from you, but because you say this, well, I feel like all these people just don't get it. Okay, but that's not your job to save anybody. If Jesus did it, let Jesus save them. You need to grow the business, boo. Grow the business. What is the best choice for your target audience? So, specificity, a strong UVP focuses on specific benefits that appeal to your audience's unique needs and desires. It distinguishes you from your competitors or people in your industry. Okay. I just want to say that it's unique needs and desires. Follow what your people are saying. What are their needs? What are their desires? If you can put in the chat, if you feel led, all right, I'm not trying to put anybody on Front Street, but what is the one thing that you're having issues with in your business? You can put it in the chat. I know it's a lag, but tell me in the comments, in the chat, what is something that is really, you're just, it almost keeps you up at night. What do you want to solve? Like, what problem is really aching you right now? Okay. So as you all are writing that in the chat, I'll go to the next point and then just come back and read the comments. So when it comes down to tangible and intangible results, right? And I've talked to so many women, I've had clients that struggle with intangible results. Like they want to be able to offer something that people are going to buy. And then also what is something that they're going to get from it, right? So it's measurable outcomes that your clients can expect, such as revenue growth or how much time has been saved, or increased customer engagement, and then intangible benefits such as life quality, reduce stress, greater confidence, or sense of community and belonging. So let's go right quick to intangible. When we think of intangible, that is the kind of the byproduct of your coaching and your consulting, your ability to serve, right? So I want you to start thinking about that. Like if you tell people, like, I just want people to be more confident, they're going to be more confident as they get more into the outcomes, right? The more outcomes that they see happening, the better they're feeling. You want them to feel as well. Make sense? For example, I had a client who came to me. She was like, I want to help women with feminine movement and to be graceful and graceful arms and things of that nature. Well, I told her, when they get these graceful arms, then what are they going to do? Right? What is that like? Then what? Right? So we flushed out her offer, and I said, now it's time for them to social climb. If I'm being graceful in my movements, if I'm being if I'm learning how to carry myself, what is that going to lead to? Well, we talked about it, and we started to think about her life, her being able to connect with upper echelon people and knowing upper echelon people and how it has helped her get into doors and things of that nature. And her following is really, really big. So one of the things that people fail to realize is that even with an intangible offer or intangible result, you can still get tangible outcomes. So the thing is that she started to attract people into her space all of a sudden that wanted to social climb, that wanted to do better at upper echelon events. Social climbing is really, really big. Okay. Especially now with middle class dwindling out. Let's just be honest. Middle class is done. In the next couple of years or so, we're going to see a sharp decline or incline of people going either down into poverty from middle class or people going into the wealth class. People are going through the wealth class will have another subset of skills that they will have to master, including their emotions. But if they're going to go down and decline, it's because they allowed themselves to stay in emotion. That's a word right there. So a lot of women, especially if you don't get yourself together, you're going to either decline, but if you do get yourself together, you will see an incline. Okay. So let's go to 2040. Okay. Let's go to 2040. When we talk about women and women CEOs, solo CEOs, I call them solo CEOs. We think about like, I'm managing this business all by myself. I really would like maybe 1 to 2 more people to help me manage this ship I'm building, which is nothing wrong with that, right? But you want to be able to know how to run your business as efficiently as possible with automations and things of that nature. With things of that nature, that people will be able to work with you and you don't have to, hire out a whole lot of people. What we saw in 2020 and 2021 was a lot of people that struggled with hiring all these people. They went big in volume, and then they saw a lot of people drop out. But me, I've always known that coaching was not a volume-based industry. It is not cheap. Coaching is not supposed to be cheap. And coaching is coaching. We saw a lot of coaches get into the industry, and I love coaching, but we saw people get into this industry and not coach. They just showed you what to do. You take my business model, and this is what you do with it. Or, just fill out this journal prompt, and then that's it. Okay, well, let's talk about your feelings. Oh, you didn't do the homework this week. Okay, well, that's okay. We'll work on it next week. No, coaching is not that. Coaching is keeping people accountable. What's going on? What's happening? If you don't have the courage and the confidence to tell your clients the things that they just, they need to hear, but they don't want to hear. And some people take that, well, I don't need nobody telling me what to do. Okay, so that's an uncoachable person. But coachable people give results. I have had clients, I'm going to be honest with y'all. If you are on this live, and I'm telling you, I can't work with everybody. I have had clients to say, I gotta go, coach. Like, I'm crying. I don't want to talk right now. And I'm gonna go. I'll be like, okay, no worries. You're gonna be all right though. Go wipe your face and let me know how you're doing later. Because I already knew. And then they'll come back to me and say, I'm sorry, coach. I was just in my feelings, but you're right. You was right. I do it with love, but coaching is that. It's tough. It is tough. Sometimes you have to cut your client off and say, nope, you looping again. Come back. You looping. But a lot of people don't have courage to do that. Coaching is a wealth sport. You coach high performing people. If people are not willing to do the work, they won't do the work, period. Right? So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the skills. The aim of the society that we are in, we're in a capitalistic society, y'all. I don't know how many times I've said that 1,000 times. Y'all gonna have to understand. The aim is to keep you in a space of needing to be entertained, needing to stay in your emotions, raising the value of your intelligence, your skills, and your social capital. Let's just get into it, baby. Business upskilling is going to be your new thing. If you don't know how to create content that you can curate later, that you can repurpose later, you're going to struggle. Data literacy. If you are struggling with how to read your data and your projections and plan out your data and looking at your analytics and seeing where you need to pivot or shift, because a lot of women will say this, I'm seeing that too. Oh, I don't look at analytics anymore. They're lying. They do look at their analytics. Yes, they do. You do look at your analytics. You're supposed to. You need to know how you're doing. Oh, that's masculine. Okay. You're in business. You have to use both masculine and feminine principles in order to grow. I'm sorry, Cupcake. You are going to have to learn things other than just playing in Canva. Okay. Global competence. Okay. You're going to have to learn how to get clients all over the world. You can't be staying in your little zip code, in your little city, in your little state. in your little country. If you're in the United States, you already know where we at. Canada, North America, period. You already know where we at. United States is having a hard time right now. I don't know where we're going. I know where we're going. But what I can say is that you're going to have to expand your tentacles a little bit, boo. You're going to have to get a little global. I had client, Janice, I don't know if she's on here, had a client that closed a client in Paris. It was her first client to pay her 4 figures ever. And you know what she did? I'm gonna help you with this. She was patient and she worked with that client, and it was her one-on-one program. I said, get on the phone with her, see, and just guide her, give her a little bit of what you can do. That's all you need to do. Give her a little bit what you can do. She did that. She said, okay, coach, I need to. I said, schedule another call with her and catch up. See what she did. What was the result? She wanted, those are like, oh, but coach, I said, trust me, get results because you need more social proof. She was able to get on a call with that client again. Told her results, like, oh my gosh, like, thank you so much. I really, really like took what you said. And she's a boundaries coach. Boundaries coach. She used what that coach told her. And let me tell y'all, I don't teach boundaries, okay? My client teaches boundaries. I can't coach you on that alone, right? But she is great at it. You should already have a skill set in your selected area. My job is to put structure to it and have you to sell it. Honey, she scheduled that call, had a second call with her, went over the results. Amazing. That was it. She was like, okay, coach, it was, I said, she's going to hire you. She's going to hire you. Just get ready. She's going to hire you. Okay. She's coming back. Probably a week and a half later, that woman reached out to her and asked her about her pricing and her packaging. I said, there she is. She ready. Paid her 4 figures. Let me tell you something. Okay. I need y'all to trust yourselves. We have to go global. I'm sorry. You're going to have to. You're going to have to get a little corporate contracts going on. You're going to have to get people at a higher income level. I'm sorry. You just have to. Self-management. Listen to me. You need to learn some self-control, some self-motivation, some integrity about who you are. Okay. So I'm not talking about integrity of doing people right and underpricing and all that kind of stuff. And well, no, I ain't talking about none of that. I'm talking about integrity and keeping your word to yourself. If you're going to be committed to business, if you're going to be committed to this work, you can't play with this. Y'all are in and out too much. You've got to get disciplined. Mental flexibility. Write that stuff down. Mental flexibility. Learn how to adapt, to learn and implement skills that are in demand, such as critical thinking. Stop running away from thinking. I don't want to think anymore. I don't want to think. Woe to the woman. Woe to her. Because thinking is not about worrying and stressing. Thinking is critical thinking with a mixture of intuitive intelligence. You need to be able to be forward moving. Matriarch came up 2.5 years ago. In 2022, I was in my kitchen eating cereal, and Spirit said to me, Holy Spirit said, you need to prepare women to be matriarchs. Y'all, I hadn't heard the word matriarch. I don't know when. I didn't know. I like matriarch. I was like, and it didn't. I knew it didn't come from my own understanding because I wasn't even thinking about that. I wasn't even thinking about matriarch. I wasn't even thinking about, like, I just knew women needed more. I knew women needed to be ready for something. I didn't know what it was. But I knew I needed to deepen my hands in this and my thought process in this, because I was like, why is matriarch even coming up? And it was right on time, because this is where we are. Matrix, everybody's talking. I wrote a post on this the other day. I talked about the matrix. And people talking about, I'm going to leave the matrix. I'm getting out the matrix. No, you're never going to leave the matrix with a body. You have a body. The matrix means mother or matriarch. The etymology in the root word, the origin of the word matrix is womb. This is Mother Earth. You're not leaving here alive. Matrix has been quoted and misunderstood as being the system, the world, because you have the world and you have the earth. If you're spiritually minded, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I didn't say religious, I said spiritually minded. So, which means that there's a world and then there's a system. If you are in the system, you are right here. You stuck right up in here somewhere. You can't see past. You can't see this up here. You will never see this up here if you're stuck right here. Anything below this line, you are stuck in the matrix mindset, right? And when I say matrix mindset, that's the world system per se. But the matrix is really, to be honest, the matrix is the covering we're in. We're in the earth realm. This is where our nutrients are. This is where fruit is and all of that. Yes, Amy, it's absolutely ridiculous. I saw your comment. She said, I saw a TikTok video about a young Black lady talking about she didn't want to think anymore and wanted a man to think. I was too dumb. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I'm a woe to the woman, right? So let's go here, y'all. John Chambers, CEO of Cisco, said at least 40% of all businesses will die in the next 10 years if they don't figure out how to change their entire company to accommodate new strategies. Okay, so new strategies. I'm sorry, not strategies, technologies. I can't read today. Technology. So we're looking at AI. We're looking at data mapping and all of these other pieces. And you have to be on top of this stuff, okay? At least gaining some level of mastery in a couple of technological advances. We are going in the fourth industrial revolution, okay? Why am I bringing up Maslow's hierarchy of needs? First of all, it's one of my favorite things to talk about. I'm a psych major, University of Tennessee. I got my master's degree in psychology, counseling psychology. I'm a therapist by trade. Okay. So, which means that I went to get my master's to specifically become a therapist. I wanted to become a psychologist, but I didn't want to do that. So, so I went into HR to blend people and business together. And I absolutely love those two components because I love people and I love business. So when I got really introduced into the coaching realm, I really, really love that because it's something that comes natural to me. I love strategizing. I love being able to help people with goal attainment, etc. And so coaching just fit me, right? But on an independent level, I'm able to do those things and work with clients that want to do the same for their own business and life. So Maslow's hierarchy of needs gives you kind of a psychological viewpoint of how people see business, how they see investing, how they see life, how they see doing new things, right? And even to the point of learning. I'm going to be very honest with you. It is very hard to create, okay? To create a high ticket program for people down here, okay? Most people are only exposed to people that are in these two places right here, in the safety category and the basics category. So the whole point is to put people in different components of how they see their life and how they think about their life. Everybody here wants to get to a self-actualized, maybe transcendence level, which means what? They want to get to a place where they are actualizing their desires. They want to get to a place where they feel like they have fulfilled something in their life and they feel complete. But just because you feel like you're complete doesn't mean you're finished with life. It just means that now you get to live in an actualized state. Everything that you ever wanted to do or everything that you wanted to obtain, you're able to do that. And because of focus, you see how small this part is versus this down here. It's a lot of people down here. It's a lot of people down in these bottom two components. Some people can't even concentrate on love because they're trying to stay safe. And most people try to use love to get ahead. Did you know that? This is why you got a lot of people talking about 50-50 and I need a man to help me pay these bills and I need a man to pay these bills. They don't want love. They need someone that's going to pay their bills. They want to jump a step, which means they have not achieved right here. They weren't able to do this on their own. So they use this in order to jump up a level. Does that make sense? So I'm going to be honest with you. Even trying to create a high ticket offer for people right up in here and even almost to right here, you're going to have some struggles with it. 2020, maybe 2019, 2020, 2021, you could have got away with high ticket offers right up in here. Because why? People had disposable income. Everybody had checks coming in from, the Trumps of the world, the Bidens of the world, whoever that was doing all the checks and stuff. Right up in here was where people were getting extra income and extra cash. At that point, people were able, right, to invest a little bit more. They started investing in memberships, programs, and things of that nature. Now, what they did with that money, some people wanted to make money to see how far they could get. They didn't reach this part up here. They didn't get to a self-esteem, achievement, self-actualized spot. They stayed right down here because they were tired of working for the system and did not understand that they needed a new level of energy to work on their business. No, people didn't have goals, which is why I always ask clients, hint, hint, what is the goal with the job? One of the red flags that come up for me is that people want to keep their jobs. They just want to make extra money. They're, especially women, they have a hard time doing that. That happens very rarely when women will be able to grow their income, grow their business income to the level of what they're making. It takes a strong, like, no matter what type of attitude to get there. And a lot of women just don't have that mindset, unfortunately. I'm not even being mean. It's just facts. So what they do is they stay in these two bottom areas and they run out of money because their safety, their need to stay safe, it means way more to them to be self-actualized. You are going to have, I want y'all to hear me what I'm saying. And I'm not even saying it because I want y'all to hurry up and join my program. I really, like, you don't got to join nothing, to be honest. But what I'm saying to you is that if you want to make it in business, you're going to have to get a little psychotic. I've said that before. Y'all have heard me say that. And I'm going to continue to say that because y'all think that this is cute down here. I just want to, I run my business my way. You haven't ran anything. You don't even know what you're running. You don't even have a strategy in order to create more clients and sell anything. Let me go back a little bit. When we talk about content and sales, right? When we talk about content and sales, that takes thought. And if you're giving all of your energy to a system, right? You're working in a corporate setting. They want your best work, right? But then your energy, when you get home from your job, you will need to find a way to sow into your business, especially on a consistent basis. If you are not doing that, you're never going to see anything until you leave that job. You don't have to leave your job if you don't want to. You don't have to. But you're going to have to make a decision on how much it is important for your business to work. Because one of the things we do is if we are here and we're stuck here and we get laid off and we jump down here, we fall one level. And when you are unemployed and you're scared of how you're going to make it, that's usually down here in the basics category. This is where we see a lot of people jump from here all the way up here. I'm going to say that one more time. When you are like something happens with your job or you quit or you laid off or whatever, if you don't have your business in mind and be like, you know what, I don't care, I got to make it happen, you will see yourself jump from here. Like you go down a level, right? So now you're like, I ain't got nothing to lose at this point. This is where we see people moving back in with their sisters, or like Tyler Perry slept in his car, was selling, tickets to his whatever from the car. People were right here. People will jump from basics all the way up to self-actualized. That's if they have it in them. That no matter what, I don't care, it's got to work. It's got to work. And if you are married or if you have a partner or mate, they have to be on that same place with you in order to jump up. You can jump a whole 3-4 steps. Y'all quiet on me. Y'all all right? Am I speaking the truth? Is this hitting? Is this making sense? Y'all, I was fine right here until I got here. And that's when I said, I'm not going back here. I have to jump. Most people have to go back a level to jump. One of my mentors stated so eloquently, she said, it's very hard to go from the middle class to the wealth class. Very hard. Very hard to do. And you know why? Because there's a complex of security and safety right here psychologically. But the thing is that you can't learn anything new because you have no time. And if you are stuck here and you don't have a no matter what attitude, I'm going to make it, you won't learn any new skills either. But if you say, I don't care, come hell or high water, I'm going to get this. And you learn skills, because you can't get no more bottom than that. You can't go below basic. You got to find it in you to be stable so that you can jump way up here. So when you are thinking about sales and your offers need to have much more of this right here in your offer. You want your clients to feel like they're going into a self-actualization place. Well, coach, I'm not self-actualized. You have to walk in that manner. You have to walk as if you are self-actualized. I was living with my parents when I made my first $100,000 in 5 months. I'm telling you, but people would have never known that because of the way I was coaching. I was coaching very powerfully. I still am. But I was living with my parents at the time. Getting there before I got there helped me to get out of here faster. Did y'all catch that? That was a word right there. That was a word. That was a word. Getting there before I got there got me there faster. I don't know your situation. I don't know your situation. I don't know how much money you got in the bank. I don't know that you living with your sister. I don't know that you living with your godmom or your grandmother. I don't know that you living in your car. I don't know anything. But the way you carry yourself on these internet streets, you've got to show the self that people want to be like. It ain't about like, I feel like a fraud, I feel like an imposter. No, 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 no. You manifest a brand new life. When you get to your new life mentally and spiritually, your body then catches up. You're not going to survive the market if you don't change. Okay. Okay. I had to give this content creator credit, Marcus Garrett. I love his content. The American dream, the West, if you will. Canada, I saw Tanika in Canada. I'm putting y'all in. I'm looping Canadians in, baby. Cause you right, look, you my next door, our next door neighbor, so you getting this too. The American dream now costs $3.4 million over a lifetime. That's the lifetime value of living here in the United States. I'm sorry. It's just that's what it is. To get a cost of engagement ring. Now you probably going like, well, you know, that's why. No, but if you knew what marriages were about, you would agree. Okay. I think we have low-balled marriages, but don't get me going on that because that's a whole different conversation. Because marriage is not for you to feel good, it's for you to build wealth. Marriage is not for safety. I'm looking over my glasses at you. I'm just telling you. So if you're married and you're not building any wealth, what is wrong with you? Because if you have children, that's all the more reason why you need to build. What are you doing? Don't get in my DMs later talking about, Coach, I was offended. No, get some money. Okay. Let's keep going. Lifetime car purchasing, average cost of pet care. If you have a pet, I have a Beyonce. She's a mini golden doodle. Pray my strength. She's a year old. Lifetime average of healthcare premiums. So these are all like best case scenarios, right? So average cost of a funeral is $7,800. College, if you're paying for like all these things cost money to live here. So to be an American or to live in the West, it ain't cheap. And if you're a woman and you're struggling financially, that is a problem. And I love you, but that is a problem. That is a problem to be a woman and you're struggling financially. That is a problem, especially if you're smart and intelligent. There are women that don't have a spark of anything and they are getting money all the time. One thing some of these women are not going to do is be broke. They will use their body, they will use their tricks, whatever they got to do to make money. So why are you kind, with integrity, moral, upstanding person, educated, licensed, certified, and different things? Why are you struggling? What is the problem? That's the problem for me. You got girls out here that will, I got women out here that will do whatever it takes to get money and they stay stacked. So what is going on with you? And they're doing the antithesis of what, but you can't get online and create content because you think it's too much. Are you kidding? Like social media is your job. Anyway, Straits research states, it states online education market size is projected to reach USD, 198.9 billion by 2030. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Folk going. CAGR means the compound annual growth rate, which means that's the annual growth rate of some investment over a year. So over time, this is what I'm trying to tell you. When people say things like, and this is why I'm so glad that God gave me the gift of understanding longevity and long-term growth, because see, y'all will look at an investment and it could be $1,000, it could be 5,000, it could be 10, it could be 15. You invest at the level of where you're going. You learn what you need to learn, get the skill so that you can compound over time. Let me help you with this. When somebody tells you that an offer is $1,000, you got to consider a couple of things. Number one, is this teaching me a skill? The lower the cost is more into skills, right? But when you are putting thousands of dollars, I'm talking about $3,000, $5,000, $10,000. Like, for example, the matriarch is a 5-figure investment now. Okay, 5 figures, period. Because we're doing a whole lot more this year than ever before. But I'm not presenting the matriarch on this today. The matriarch is to become a different person. That ain't no skills, that's a person. That is going to compound over time. You see what I'm saying? You see that? Mm-hmm. You make money over time. And so it's going to pay itself over and over and over again. So if the global online education market, for all you smart women with degrees and smart women with certifications and smart women with business acumen and smart women with business sense and know how to do business things, you should not be struggling financially. You should be compounding over time. You have skills. What is the problem? Content, oh, it's too much. I just feel like it's so much. Okay, well, what? You're running a business, boo. Between 2022 and 2030, that is compound 23% increase. The value of the market was 30.6 billion. I didn't say million, I said billion. And so you know who's going to get that? The 198 billion up until to 2030. It's going to be people that you mad at. Why is the wealthy people are getting all the money? The wealthy people, you know who could have got that? You could have got a piece of that pie. You could have got a piece of that pie, but instead you in your feelings. Instead, you want to learn how to stay because you want to be down here where everybody else is. You can't be wealthy and want to be all in where everybody else is. You want to be accepted too much down here when the call for you is to come up there. You're not going to be, I want to give back. I want to give to my church. I want to pay off this. I want to pay off this for this person. Y'all got people in your families right now that are scuffling and have been good to everybody in your family. And you are sitting here with a whole business of $2 million in your belly. And because you can't get disciplined and learn tech and learn how to have conversations with people and close people on a regular basis, they have to go without. You have to go without. I'm going to go back up a little bit. Somebody said something. Let me see. I asked y'all, what are some things you're having issues with? Somebody said pitching and closing. Okay, pitching and closing. Finding the right clients who want to pay for my services. For those of you who have issues with trying to find the right clients, your clients have money. It's a numbers game. I want you to understand that. It's a numbers game. I'm going to say that one more time. It's a numbers game. Your clients have money. Your clients are not struggling. Your ideal clients are not struggling mentally or financially. Kimberly says more aligned clients, which probably has something to do with your messaging. Absolutely. You fix your messaging, you can fix everything else. The right clients come to you when your messaging is in alignment, which means that if you are trying to get people that are financially capable of investing, then your content needs to be much more educational based, or it needs to be much more resourceful based. You need to have some stats. You need to have some industry trends. You need to talk about myths in the industry and things of that nature. But it's going to be because your clients that have money, they're not off. They're not like in this, like they know, they're very intelligent. And this is where a lot of y'all have imposter syndrome, because you want to be smarter than your clients. I tell people my clients are smart. They're very, very smart. I have had pharmacists, nurses, lawyers, accountants, directors, health practitioners, holistic practitioners, doulas, women who are bookkeepers, financial analysts, like people that are doing things, real estate brokers, women who own salons and spas. I don't have incompetent clients. Are y'all woke? So you're gonna have to put your big girl panties on and grow up and talk to some people that own some stuff. Talk to some people who are intelligent. Talk to some people who don't mind investing in themselves. Because the online education market is here. Gen Z coming up, baby. Don't y'all know y'all got 15, 16-year-olds making millions of dollars using TikTok? You got 15, 16-year-olds that are selling courses. And you got your big old self, your grown self, scared to post content because you're afraid of what your bishop gonna say, or what your pastor gonna say, what your auntie gonna say, and what your godmama gonna say. Well, my auntie, my friends, they are you kidding me? You got 15 and 16-year-olds making money online. And you can sit up here and say, well, they got programming. That's an excuse. I don't want to hear it. Don't type that in the comments. But they got less programming than we do, and they got less thing. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Don't, please don't. Because I that is something I don't want to hear. You got to go solve that with somebody else. And I love you. You started the business, finish it. Amen. What will people invest in? Health. And you got to be specific. So it's no longer just about losing 10 pounds in 30 days. That's gone. We can't do that no more. That's old stuff. People want to get more intricate when it comes down to health, like life-threatening illnesses, like, helping people with curing or managing herpes or AIDS or cancer or I'm trying to think, lupus, very like morbid obesity. You have to get very specific these days. Health, when it comes down to mental health, like you got to be careful about even digging into mental health, because mental health is mental health. Okay. So which means that you could be trying to coach somebody, they not capable of understanding forward movement because they want to go back to the past and they're paranoid about things. So that's going to be a difficult type of person to coach. You can't coach someone who's struggling with mental illness to the point of they can't see past the moderate sense. Mild, maybe. But health, when it comes down to the niches, you're going to have to get very, very specific. Also, wealth, making money, right? Career advancement, leadership, C-suite type of things, executive coaching, systems coaching, helping people with launches, helping people with their email set up that have established business. Right there in wealth, these people need to have money. Health, they need to have money. Y'all got to stop trying to go after people that you feel sorry for. If I feel sorry for you, you don't need to be involved in my program. Now, I can feel something for you. If, like, if you're going through something, you're already a client. Like, I've had clients that lose family members and stuff like that. Yes, my heart goes out there. I check on you and all the good stuff. But beforehand, I should not feel sorry for you to the point where I'm saying, okay, let me just bring her in. No. Can you do this? What are some triggers? What is something that you go through that's probably self-sabotaging that comes up for you? What triggers you? I need to know these things before you try to enroll. Relationships. Gone are the days where you're trying to help people get married. As you can see, the climate has changed on marriage. So some of y'all, I just believe in marriage. Okay, if you're not trying to help a woman or a man or someone to level up in their marriage, or level up the type of mate they marry, like somebody going into hypergamy, or someone who wants a social climb, someone who wants to like divorce recovery or divorce into hypergamy, someone who wants to explore pleasure, who wants to get better at communicating pleasure, like orgasms and things like that. These people already have money, and most of them are already in relationships where the mate, the partner, will probably pay. These are things that you have to think about. You can't do surface. I just want to help people get married. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. The marriage has to be of benefit for people to pay you $3, $5, $7, $10, $15,000. I'm sorry. And you have to have the proximity. Efficiency. Like I just talked about, efficiency and wealth are dotted line connected, but efficiency can be something like, bookkeeping, or a contract where you're doing things for them, kind of like recruiting, or if you're doing something like executive assistance, if you are doing, I'm talking about next level, professional organizers, something like that, right? So efficiency, helping people to speed up the time or helping them to save time. Is that good? So quick activity real quick. We're almost done. Quick activity. The first thing I want to ask you is, who do you enjoy serving? Now, if you probably listen to this question and you're like, well, coach, you said all that, I need to probably rethink this, okay? Because who I thought I was want to serve, these women are, or these people are probably struggling a little bit right now. But that's the thing. If they can't afford to pay you 3 to 20K, or they can't afford to pay you some type of retainer of at least $1,500 a month, you probably need to shift up your client avatar. And I say that with love. You need to shift it up, right? Because what we're doing is that we have to start looking at the type of people that we're going after. And then we also need to understand the messaging and how we need to present ourselves online, and being more upfront about how we help people through our content and things of that nature. And you need a strategy on how to get those pieces out there. So if they can't do these things, if they have, they, 3K, girl, that's too much. Okay, so let me level up, right? Let me level up my people. Zaria, wellness professionals, therapists, yoga practitioners. Okay, so Zaria, I'm going to challenge you. Why not just look at therapists? Let's get a little bit niched, okay? Especially in the higher end offer. If you are doing digital courses, like a course asset library, where digital products are and things of that nature, you can definitely expound it to wellness professionals, because that means when there's a lower cost involved, you can spread it out, which is what I'm going to talk about in the daily payday system, is that we're going to serve people broadly and bring them up intricately. Okay, I'm going to say that again. In the daily payday system, we're going to serve people broadly and move them up intricately. So if you are helping people on a wellness practitioner level or wellness professional, then I would rather you offer like digital courses, digital products to these people, and then help them on intricate basis when they get into your email funnels and your email list. Then you can move them up into areas where you have a specific offer, and maybe you're calling on just yoga practitioners or things like that, right? So if they can't pay for something as small as 3K, or even a course that's $100, just rethink that whole thing, right? Okay, Antonia says, women with traumatic birth histories. Okay, so I don't know what that is. Do the women even know what that is? And you've probably served women with that. So these are women that have traumatic births, or they had traumatic pregnancy experiences? And what are we doing with them, right? So who do you enjoy serving? What is the outcome, right? So we got to start thinking about that. What are you helping them to overcome? Thank you, Antonia, for contributing. I'm looking at the chat. I know y'all are typing and trying to keep up. So some homework I want y'all to consider to bring tomorrow. Oh, okay, Antonia. Okay, gotcha. So this is some homework I want you to consider bringing tomorrow. Okay. And when I say bring, that means just kind of have it written down. Top 3 videos of you performing a training or something that you have done. If you have, if you don't have anything, you need to start thinking of 3 topics that you can actually teach on. Okay. Because this is going to give you some girth, as you can hear, some girth on selling a training, selling a digital training, okay, or a digital course or something like that. Place a price point of $47 to $297, using something in that range, and then think about 5 people that can purchase this from you this week. Is there someone that can buy from you? If not, you need to get an aligned audience. And we're going to talk about sales and sales psychology tomorrow, but I want you to start thinking about that. So the homework assignment is think about, like, get 3 videos ready to perform that is you performing a training. It could be 3 lives that you have done. It could be 3 trainings that you've pre-recorded in the past. Just make sure they're very, very rich in value, right? And bring like some idea price points, and we're going to talk about them. Okay. So is there at least 5 people, and think and write down 5 people that could possibly buy from you. Okay. So don't sell them. Don't pitch them yet. Okay. I want y'all to come back tomorrow. We're going to talk about it. Okay. So the focus, what we want to do is get you to a level of focus. So we want you to have like one really good scalable offer, at least one specific message in a library of digital assets. When we talk about digital assets, obviously we're talking about courses, digital products, and things of that nature. Sell with presentation and not with sales calls. Okay. We're shifting to the daily payday system, right? So let's keep going. At this time, we will get into my offer. Okay. If you would like to exit, you may this time. If you want to stick around and you want to hear about the daily payday system, the daily payday intensive, you're more than welcome to stay with me. So I'm gonna wait till I get to this on the screen because I want to make sure. Okay, day 1 hidden. Thank you, Zaria. Oh, y'all so sweet. I love that. I just love y'all. Yeah. Okay. So let's go. So the daily payday system is my new container. We open on April 10th. Okay, I believe that's a Wednesday. So we have this first tiered offer. Every day you come, there's going to be a different offer for this. Okay, but it's not going to get any, like, this is going to be the best offer. Okay, total cost, right, is $1,500. However, I'm offering a 24-hour price for this, and you will have to jump in 24 hours. The price is much lower than this 1,500. Okay, so I just want to FYI there. So don't look at the 1,500 like, oh my God, no, it's going to be lower than this. It's on the next slide. But what you will get is that you will learn how to create irresistible lead magnets for your audience to convert them into paying customers in your funnel. Okay, action plans. We do use StanStore. So if you signed up for Stan, or if you sign up under my link, you'll be able to get a quick training bundle with my partnership link to ramp up. So you actually get a chance to get a head start before it actually starts. Okay. Voxer 101 for 14 days. This is the only time you're going to get an offer like this. For 14 days, you're going to be able to have access to me via Voxer coaching. Okay. Pay in full only. There is no payment plan. When you see this price, it's not the $1,500, okay? Wednesday night group calls with the matriarchs at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on Wednesdays, of course, and then access to our everything in our private community, okay? You do not have access to the matriarch course, but you will have access to some of our replays and trainings and stuff like that, because all the replays are not in there, but you will get access to all of that. Everything that's in our private community. Okay. So y'all ready? This is going to be the price. 24 hours when I go to this next slide. Okay. For $997 for 8 weeks, that's a steal. Okay. The regular program is $1,500, but $997 for 8 weeks. You cannot be afraid to go live. You cannot be afraid to sell. You got to listen to me, y'all, because I want you to get your money back, right? You will need digital assets, videos, worksheets, and have done some coaching, consulting, training before. So you only got 8 weeks with me. So you can't come in and sit and think. I want you to come in, work, and get results. This is an accelerated program. We're going fast in this. Okay, we're going fast. So if you're brand new and you never sold anything before, you're brand new and you don't know what you're doing, you got to already have an audience. You just need some help on structuring things and getting some clarity so that you can push, right? If you're not willing to put the work in, do not sign up. I'm telling you, don't sign up. There is no payment plan for the $997. It is one time ready. Okay. If you are ready to jump in, DM me the keyword payday. There's a reason why I do that. I don't put a link in the chat. Okay. There's a reason, because I want you to think about and be conscious about what you're doing. Some people will pay and they forget that they're paying, and then they go into fear. I want you to be very conscious. I want you to be very conscious and aware of what you're doing. I want you to make more money. It ain't going to get this good. Tomorrow after that, the price goes up a little bit more, but $997 is the best it's going to get. Amen, somebody. So if you're ready, DM me the word payday, and I'm going to send you the link and get you squared away. All right. Love y'all so much. This was a fantastic, I had a great time. Had such a great time. And that's all that I have for today. Tomorrow we will be back and we're going to talk about sales. So bring your homework, bring another person if you want to, bring them in so they can learn as well. Make sure they sign up though. And but it's going to be awesome tomorrow. Thank y'all so much for day one. Love you, love you, love you. Let me know what you thought about this training, and I'll see you tomorrow. Love you.